Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you must be doing fine. So, in today's session, we will see top asynchronous Apex questions which are generally asked in interviews, and this is the part 3 of the series. So, let's get started. So, we have this first question on our screen is what is scheduled Apex? So, scheduled Apex allows you to run Apex code at a specified time. It automates tasks like data cleanup, reporting, and integrations. So you can see the example code here that we have this Apex class, my schedule class, and we have implemented this schedulable class, and we have this execute method of this interface, and whatever logic we write inside this execute method will be executed as per the schedule. So you can schedule the Apex class with this method system.schedule, and you can pass the name of the scheduled job, and you can pass the cron expression. So this cron expression is the string which tells the schedulable method that at what interval the Apex class should be scheduled. So as you can see here that we have passed 0012, so it will schedule our Apex class every day at noon, and we can pass the instance of this schedulable class as we have passed here. So this is how we schedule Apex class. So let's move to the next question. So here we have what are the use cases of scheduled Apex. So scheduled Apex in Salesforce is useful for automating routines and periodic tasks. Here are some common use cases, like it is used for cleaning up data, regularly deleting or archiving old and unnecessary records can be achieved, and it can be used for updating records, like periodically updating fields or record based on criteria. It can be used for data synchronization, so syncing Salesforce data with external systems can be achieved, and it can also be used for API calls. So it makes scheduled API calls to external services, and we can use it for health checks, like running health checks and sending alerts if issues are detected. And we can use it for threshold alerts, like monitoring data points and sending alerts when threshold are crossed. So this is how we can use schedule Apex, and you can see the example code here that we are using it for deleting data or data cleanup. So you can see here that we have queried all the account record which are not been modified uh, for the last 2 years, more than 2 years. So we are deleting those records. So this is how we can use the scheduled epics. So let's move to the next question. So here we have what is scheduled context. So in Salesforce, scheduled context is an interface provided to the execute method of a class that implements the schedulable interface. It provides context specific information like the job ID. So you can see here in the example code as well that we have this sc.get triggered ID, which is by which we are getting the job ID of this scheduled Apex class. So this is how this scheduled context work. It provides the context specific informations. So let's move to the next question. So here we have different ways to schedule Apex classes. So you can schedule the Apex classes by different ways. Like you can use this system.schedule method to schedule the Apex class, as we uh, have code for this here. Like we can schedule like this. We have already covered this thing in the previous example also, that we can use this method system.schedule and pass the cron expression and the instance of the schedulable class. So this is how we can schedule the Apex class. Then we have this second thing, that is we can use the Salesforce UI to schedule our Apex class. So you can go to setup and then search for Apex classes. and then you can click on the Apex classes and schedule the particular Apex class according to your need. Then you can schedule the Apex class by using this system.schedule batch. So this is the method by which we can schedule the batch classes. So ultimately we are using the Apex code which is scheduling here. So we have this last thing, that is we can use flows or process builders to schedule the Apex class, like set a flow to run at intervals and call an Apex action there. So this is how we can schedule Apex class in different ways. So let's move to the next question. So here we have, what is cron expression. So cron expression defines schedules for running jobs, as we have already discussed that it is a string which have some syntax, like you can see here that we are passing the second at the first place, then minutes at the second place, then hours, then day of month and day of week. So here you can see 0012 asterisk asterisk and question mark. So this means every day at noon. So this is how cron expression work. You can create your own cron expression. And so let's move to the next question. So here we have, can I schedule a batch Apex? So yes, you can schedule a batch Apex by using the system.schedule batch. We have already covered this in the previous question also. This method combines the functionality of batch Apex and scheduled Apex, allowing you to schedule a batch job to run at a specific time. As you can see here that we have passed, this is for minute. So it will be scheduled after 60 minutes. So let's move to the next question. So here we have, what is the maximum number of scheduled jobs? So Salesforce allows 100 scheduled Apex jobs at one time. So you can only have 100 scheduled Apex jobs at any point of time. If you exceed 100, example you have 101 scheduled Apex jobs, then you will get the following exception: system dot async exception. You have exceeded the maximum number, that is 100, of the Apex scheduled job. So let's move to the next question. So here we have, how to stop a scheduled job. So yes, you can stop a scheduled job by the UI or using Apex. So for the UI thing, you have to go to setup, then search for scheduled job in the quick find box, then click scheduled job and click del link beside the scheduled job that you wanted to delete. And in the Apex code, you can just query on the cron trigger object using this state, or you can also query it with job ID. And you just have to use this system.about job method, and you have to pass the cron trigger ID of that job. And this is how you can stop your scheduled job. So let's move to the next question. So here we have best practices for writing scheduled Apex. So here are some best practices that we should follow while writing the scheduled Apex. So schedule only essential tasks. So it is very a good thing that you have to only schedule only essential tasks. Like we have this limitation that we can only have 100 schedule Apex job at once. So we have to use that efficiently. Then we have this implemented robust error handling, and we should stay within governor limits, and we should also write bulkified code, and we should avoid overlapping jobs. So you should not have multiple scheduled job at one time, that is overlapping of jobs, and configure alert for job failure. So these are the some best practices which we should follow while writing the schedule Apex job. So let's move to the next question. So here we have what is queuable Apex. So queuable Apex in Salesforce let you run tasks in the background without making user wait. It's useful for handling long or complex operations like calculation, API calls, or updating lots of record. So here are some benefits of queuable Apex, like it is scalable, so it have scalability. It can process large amount of data without slowing the system down. Then we have this separation of concerns, so it runs heavy tasks separately from the user interface, so user don't experience delays. Then we have this chaining jobs, so you can link multiple queuable jobs so they run on one after another. So you can see the example code here that we have this class Apex class my queuable job, and we have implemented this interface queuable, and we have this execute method here. So we can write our logic inside this execute method, like we have this logic to query 10 account record, and we are updating this name field accordingly. And we can enqueue the job uh, by using the system dot enqueue job method, and just passing the instance of this apex class, which is implementing this queuable. So let's move to the next question. So here we have what is queuable context. So it is an interface that is implemented internally by apex and contains the job id. So once you queue the queuable job, the job ID will be returned to you by Apex through queuable context get job ID method. So you can see the same in the example code here that we have used this context dot get job ID method to get the job ID of this Apex job. So let's move to the next question. So here we have how is queuable Apex different from future methods? So we have job ID tracking here. So queuable provides job IDs, and future does not provide job ID. So we can't track future jobs, but we can track queuable Apex jobs. And it supports complex data types, so you can pass object, unlike future methods, which we have already covered in previous sessions. Then we have this functionality of job chaining. So you can chain queuable jobs, but you can't chain future jobs. And you can see the example code here that we have this future method, and we have this queuable class, and we are querying this account record, 10 account record basically, and we are updating a few things here. So this is how this works for future method and for this queuable apex class. And we can also do the job chaining in this queuable apex class, as you can see here that in the execute method we have enqueued the another queuable method. So this is how this works. So let's move to the next question. So here we have, can we track queuable Apex class? So yes, using job ID we can track. Just perform a SQL query on async Apex job by filtering on the job ID, and you can use to track the status and number of errors which are on in the queuable Apex. So this is how this works. So let's move to the next question. So here we have, can we make callouts from queuable Apex? So the answer is yes. You must implement the database.allow callouts interface to do callout from queuable jobs. So you can see the same in the example code here that we have implemented this database.allow allows callouts with this queuable interface, and this is how we can do callouts, like we are doing the http request inside this execute method, and we have logic to uh, to do the callout here. So this is how this works. So let's move to the next question. So here we have how the chaining is done in Queryable Apex. So chaining allows you to customize the execution order of a set of jobs in a process. So let's say there are n jobs like A, B, C, and so on, so on. We have a process in which A has to return first and gives output to B, and then B returns, runs and gives output to C, and so on. So instead of calling the individual queueable jobs explicitly, we can link the calls logically within queueable job. As you can see in the example code here, that we have this Apex class A, which is implementing this queueable interface, and the execute method of this Apex class A, we are echoing the B queueable class, and in this B Apex class, we are echoing the C, and in this C queueable class, we are implementing echoing this D, and this will go so on, so on, and so on. So this is how this works. So let's move to the next question. So here we have, can we have passed as object parameter in queueable method? So the answer is yes. Queueable Apex was designed with the flexibility to allow the passing of as objects as a parameter. So you can see see this here, that we are querying this account record, and we are passing this inside the constructor of our queueable apex class. So this is how this works. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I hope you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I will also post the part 4 of this series, and I will also be posting more and more videos on this channel. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Bye.